What's going on? It's Dre the Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth will set you free. Yes, sir. Namaste. Peace and blessings to you, awakening one. Shout out to the woke ones if you're watching. Um, how you doing, awakening one? Hope you've been taking care of yourself. Um, all is good with me. Been taking care of myself. Um, I just want to make this video and share with you something about what I didn't picked up in my journey as far as learn a little bit more about uh, how to harness good energy within. So, I just want to basically share this method with you as far as how you can look at life and then move about, storing good energy within yourself. I can look at the life of which right now as a life of the method of looking at it as the two-step verification. Now, what I mean by two-step verification is how in this world, right, there's two ways of living, okay? There's two ways of living. So we live right now as in your awakening state, I should say, you're moving in the life of moving forward. You're moving forward and progressing to the life ahead. The life before, in which we were, stated to live in, was a life that was backwards, a life that is, negative. So we're moving more into a life of positive, if I can, just saying so within myself, because that's how I interpret my method of living each and every day. I interpret it as it being a life of positivity and look at that to move forward in life, to look forward to a more enjoyable life, is to move in the positive aspect of life now, as you awaken to know that a life before, in the illusionary state that was consecrated over your conscious state, has been a life of negative, has been a life of, drainful energy, drawn away from self, drawn away from you. And that's how my life was looked at in the illusionary state as well, since, we're both collectively consciousnary on the same state being. But it goes about looking at it like that. It's, to progress forward, to move forward, you have to stay positive. You have to stay within your moment and know that what you're doing in life right now is going to pay off for you down the road as you move further in your journey of, self-healing, self-nurturing, self-caring, and self-loving. And I have used this method that I have come to pick up as a way of seeing how the universe works and how it literally operates. Everything from above is down below. So if above is the nature of moving forward, is the nature of progressing in your spiritual journey, as going ahead in your life and not standing at a halt, not being controlled to live a life that is not yours, that is a life that is taking away from your journey and putting you in a box, so to speak, to live a life that is already made for you. So that's a life that's already drawn up, a life that is already, in motion with itself. So that motion of the illusionary state that has already been drawn up, that's not a life of you moving forward. That's a life of you just standing still and staying in a life that's already been created, so to speak. So that's why I hence look at that life as being negative, because that wasn't me moving forward to a life that I wanted. It was a life that was just sort of given to me coming into the world. So moving forward, knowing that that is the universal nature of each and every one of us here. You know, when we come into our consciousness state and come aware to know that we all have our own self ventures, we all have our own journeys that we must go upon and, you know, persevere through. So, you know, as it is up there, it is down here. And everything is a two-step verification if you look at it. Forwards, backwards, up, down, left, right. You know, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 lips, 2 ears. Everything is, you know what I'm saying, 2 hands, so to speak. Everything is the verification is already 2 steps. It already is, you know, things that move only by 2s, so to speak. If you're up and down, you can only be left or right. You can only see either this side or that side, or this side or that side. So it's just, you know, you move forward because that's the only other step to the next moving of life is the forward moving. Because if you move backwards, then you know you're trailing backwards to the only other step, the first step, which is being the negative step, which is being, you know, negative is that step back there. The only step ahead to negative is the positive step, which is ahead. You know, so this method has grown on me to know that that everything right now that is taking place in my life, or even in your life, awakening one, is not to be looked at as a, you know, to not be looked at as though that you're not moving in the right direction, as, you know, where you're going in life. Just always know you can only move forward if you keep going forward. You know, if you stay stagnant, or if you get stagnant or become still and don't progress forward, then there's no motion, you know. And if you put no motion forwards, then, you know, that journey ahead for you, it will always be there, because you have to go forward to see it in the first place anyway. It's always going to be there forward for you. But if you don't motion to it, then it's almost as though the life behind you will bring itself back to your state. It will move from that negative. It will draw you into that negative state. But you have to see that what you are going through in your journey and how you are moving ahead in your journey is not one of you being, you know, you being incorrect. You're literally, you know, prospering into your next state of living. So just, it's a method that I'm sharing with you, you know, just to say, if you're someone who's, you know, feeling stagnant maybe, or you feeling as though that, you know, you don't have the energy within you to keep pushing on because you just don't see where the tunnel may lead, but always know that that tunnel is so far beyond what you can see, because it's a light at the end of the tunnel. That's why they say that, a light at the end of the tunnel, because you have to keep going forward to see it. You can't stop. You can't motion backwards. You have to keep motioning forwards. So, you know, with that 2-step verification method, use that in your life. You know, if you have to, just always remember that, you know what I'm saying, everything progresses forward. Positivity is always forward. If you think towards whatever you want in life, you can have it. Just always keep that, you know, method within your head. If you ever need to use it, you know, come back to this video if you ever need to hear it. Just know that what you're doing in life is not anything that's wrong. You're not doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, because if it's deemed to be up there beyond the universe, the stars, the energy above, which is us, which is planets we come from, if it's drawn down here to us to succeed, to go through life and to continue on in our journeys and, you know, be who we're supposed to be down the road, to keep going down that tunnel and eventually get to that light that is shining down there for each and every one of us on our journey, then that is what is to happen for each and every one of us. But we can't be stagnant. We can't slow down. And it's something that I know within myself, that I know I have to keep moving on each and every day, because every day you wake up is a new day, a new beginning, and a new peace of mind that, starts to unfold itself within the day. So as I send this, message out to you, Awakening One, to just give you some good energy on the day, always know that you are loved. You are someone who is special in the world, and you will be where you want to be in the world when you get down to the end of the tunnel and see your light of opening and your light of prosperity, okay? And that's the truth.